Welcome to Breakthrough with Jeff. This is a place we live life with zero limits. And thank you. Thank you for joining me. Wherever you are joining me from, I just want to welcome you and encourage you. If you've not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so that every time we go live, we go with you. You are alerted by YouTube that there's something happening and you can be part of that. You see, there's a difference experiencing coaching process through a video and when it's live. So make sure you hit the bell notification and subscribe, be part of the Breakthrough coaching. And so I welcome you and share this with your friends, be of service to someone. We are talking about the aspect of always making sure, getting into the habit of making sure everything you do, you've done your best. And this is an habit. Yeah, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining me. This is a habit, and all of us are shaped. We are shaped by our habits. Habits is that daily focus. Whatever you focus your mind on, that becomes, it shapes you, shapes your destiny. Our destiny is shaped by our habits. And there are commitments that you want to make on your life. If you're serious about changing your life, if you're serious about making a difference, out of this life you're living, really, this is one of the habits that you must employ. And it's the habit of being so impeccable, a person of integrity deep inside. Everything you do, you've done your best, period. And let me say this, you all know no explanation. But you know what? The world is created to reward you according to how you play the game of life. The place from where you play this game of life, life will reward you. And life is so fair. Life is fair. And so one of the things to just make sure that you're living at your best is to do your best all the time. Make that a rule. Make that commitment. And, tell yourself that you are your own standard. You're not living for other people's approval. The way we are conditioned to live for other people. We are conditioned to play this game for other people, to live our lives so we can prove a point to someone. I hope by this time you have gone past the people-pleasing level. My prayer is that you've gone past that and you've come to the awareness that life is more than just living for other people. Other people could be your parents, it could be your spouse, it could be someone around you, it could be anyone that you feel you're here to please them. And so you're looking for their approval. And somehow most of us, we are domesticated to look for approval from people so that we can live our lives. We feel that we don't have any belief in ourselves. We don't have self-approval. And so we look for approval from others. I want to encourage you to move away from people pleasing, from people approval of others. When you do that, you take back your power, because most of us, we have no power because we've given our power away. We live for other people. We live for our parents, then we get married. We live for our spouses, then we get kids. We live for our kids, and then you die. I tell you the truth, I've worked with so many people. Majority of people regret living their life for other people. And so anything you do, you will never measure up. You will never feel you've done enough, because people will always have different measure of approval for you. And so you're stepping into a realm where you are the captain of your destiny. You are the decider. You're the one that decides how this ship is going to go. And the first of the rules that agreements you have to have with yourself is that you do your best. After you've done your best, that's it. You don't need to ask anyone. Trust yourself. All you need to do is all you need to do. All you need to do is enough, but make sure you've done all you need to do. You know, I'm saying this because I hear people blaming themselves, judging themselves. You become your own worst judge of yourself. Anything you do, and that's another level. You see, there are people who live to please others, but there's also people that live to put themselves down. So there's nothing you do, you see, you know, as any value. And so you always put yourself down. You always judge yourself. Most of us are very bad critics of self. It's almost like self-hatred, you know, and there's nothing good. You don't believe anything good can come out of you. I want you to, just for a moment, just for, you know, even for the sake of trying, test this habit of just doing your best, nothing more, nothing less. Leave the rest to God. You realize your life is so easy. You're not living for anyone. You're not living to please anyone. You're living for that rule of I've done my best, that's enough. So in that exam, if you've done your best, that's enough. Now, for some of us, our best will be D+. That's okay. Destiny knows your life was designed for you to do your best so you can connect with your destiny. You're not designed to be like your neighbor who got an A. You're not designed to be the other person that seems to be doing well in another area. You're designed to live in your truth. One of the ways to live in your truth is to always make sure you've done your best. That's enough. And if you're working with kids and, you know, you may realize one child is so good in class, another one is not. It's okay. Have they done their best? This is a rule of life. As long as I've done my best, that's enough. My C+ can be my A. I don't need to. Maybe my C+ in class is actually an A in life. I don't need to compare myself with anyone. This is my best. My best is enough. So you begin to learn to trust yourself, to give yourself permission to be real, give yourself permission to accept yourself and accept your efforts, no matter how small they are, as long as you've done your best. And let me tell you, even your coach cannot judge your best. Only you can judge your best. There are people that A is not their best. They've gotten an A, but they've not done their best. Am I right? Correct. There are people who've gotten, you know, D+, and that's their best. And they're good. Let me tell you, your door will open in your level of best. You don't need to compare yourself with anyone. That's why they say that in the business world, the guys that got A are employed by guys that got C+ and D's. Why? That's their destiny, man. No one can take your place. I want you to believe that. Your destiny is yours. The place that has your name on it, no one can take it from you. I want you to begin to believe that. But then don't just believe. Believe is not enough. Belief must be backed by action. And the action is to have this daily habit of always doing your best. Do your best. No matter what it is, do your best. I want you to pick just one area of your life, whether it's your health, do your best. Go to your relationship, do your best. nothing more, nothing less. Don't live for other people, because people can pressure you to do something that is not really in your heart. Then you not be yourself. You be coming from a place of fear, not a place of love. But as long as you do your best, let me tell you what happens. You attract every good that is aligned to you, to your destiny. Because you are created, there's a path for you that you're supposed to create, to follow through seamlessly. But because we are corrupt, we want to copy and we want to be like other people. That is why we miss the mark. We miss our path and follow people we don't know where they are going. Let me tell you, the secret: do your best, leave the rest to God. Leave the rest. And when you've done your best, when people are celebrating you, don't get lost in the celebration. No, keep doing your best. Make this a lifetime commitment to always do your best. And then the question is, have you done your best? Have you done your best? You see, the reason I love coaching is that when I sit with someone, I can tell the standard they are playing is not their best. I can tell where they are right now is not their best. And that's why it's good for you to have an honest feedback. That's why I love mirrors. See, look at the mirror and you can see, okay, this is reality. So you need a reality check, and all of us do need a reality check. And we need honest conversations with people that can give us that feedback. Because we learned in psychology that a greater part of you is invisible to you. Okay, so our eyesight, our sight sees a part of us, and so we withhold a part of us that can be helpful to us being our best and doing our best. That's why coaching is priceless, because when you get a coach, you can be exposed, especially a genuine one, the one that is not just there to please you, one that is listening to you, can hear and see that there's more than, there's more in you than you're living out. That's the beauty of coaching. And what I call breakthrough is a moment. It's a moment of revelation. It's a moment of awareness that you have everything you need within you, but you're yet to take advantage of everything. A breakthrough is a moment of awareness where everything changes and you make a commitment. You get an awareness of who you are. Because what are you committing to? You're committing to your highest version of you. Most of us don't know who we are. Most of us live a life of blindness. We better not know. Say, better the devil, better the devil I know than the angel I don't know. Better the one that I don't know. And so we live in that darkness of not knowing. I tell you, carry a mirror, get to know yourself, and begin by making that commitment to always do your best. Every day in the evening, before you sleep, ask yourself, where have I done my best? Then transition into a spirit or a moment of gratitude. Be grateful. Acknowledge moments where you've done your best. Like today, look, you've done your best in so many areas, isn't it? What are some of those areas you've done your best? You've done your best. Doing your best doesn't mean that you've gotten a result. No. It doesn't mean that you've gotten the result you wanted. No. Sometimes you do your best and you don't get the result that you wanted. That's pretty okay. Do you know why? The goal is not the goal. Let me repeat that. The goal is not the goal. The goal is you. The goal is your transformation. The goal is your growth. The goal is not getting the car. The goal is not getting married. The goal is not getting, the land, getting the money. That's not the goal. The main goal is you. The goal is not becoming a millionaire. The goal is the experience of making 1,000,000 shillings, dollars, whatever, the experience, you become someone that actually has the ability, knows that they have the ability. The ability was there even before you knew. The ability was there even before you were born. It was put in you by God to be a millionaire. But then you don't know because you've never been. It was put inside you by God to be a leader. But then you don't have evidence of leadership yet because you've not taken action. And that's why it's good to take manageable small actions so that you can grow your belief in yourself. Say, oh, I can do that. I can do that. The reason we people that are able to act on their potential are people that take action. And people that take action end up believing in themselves, and they realize, okay, I can do this, I can do more. If I can, make 1,000,000, I can make 2. In fact, research on millionaires show that the hardest is the first one. Once you make the first one, you end up making 6, 10, 15. You're like, it's not even a big deal. Why? The hardest is the first one. The hardest is the first stairs. Man, you go past the challenge of, because you're being tested on your identity as a millionaire. The identity, when people see you, they don't give you the identity of a poor guy, the beggar. They give you the identity of, the millionaire, the billionaire. It's an identity. Once you step in the identity and accept it, they just come. Now you become a magnet on that level. You become a magnet on that level. Okay, I don't know what identity you have gained so far, but I dare say this. If you begin by trusting yourself, because the world will not trust you until you've trusted yourself. The world will not give you any space. Life is a fight for territory, and you got to fight for what you want. If you don't fight for what you don't want will take over. The weeds will take your garden. I tell you, I promise, the weeds will take your garden. You have to know, this is what I want, I deserve it, and I'm going for it no matter what. Now, after that, immediately you get feedback, you get results. You are encouraged to be that person that makes hands on that level, that person that relates with that quality of people, that person that speaks like that, that person that coaches on that level. You adopt an identity. Once you adopt an identity, you're like, what is the big deal? Because this is who I am. I just magnetize yourself. You become that. But before we reach there, guys, begin by write this on the tablet of your heart. Write it on the screensaver. Write it on your computer. Write it everywhere. That as long as I've done my best every day, I have to do my best. And look, don't be a slave. Don't wait for someone else to be a cop, to parent you, to ask you, have you done your best? No, that is sickening. That's for babies. That's for people who don't want really to grow. And there are people that say they want to grow, but deep inside, according to the habits, because we know you by your habits, they don't want to grow. Don't wait for other people to follow you up. Make that a statement of faith, but act on it. Take action every day. Anything you do, if it's a conversation on phone, do your best. Put all the emotion, the energy, put everything within you in that conversation. You may never have that conversation with that person ever again. Sometimes there are things that just come to you, they'll never come back. I tell you, life is like that. This moment right here with me, it will never come. Never again. In your lifetime, in my lifetime, it will never come again. It's gone, done. So when you give yourself, when you make a commitment to always do your best, what you do is you raise your standard. You raise your standard. And if you want your life to change, really, one of the things that you must do is raise your standard. Because there's no way your life will change just by saying, I want my life to change, or I'm sick of my life being the same. No, you got to take action. Raise your standard. And for me, I'm showing you practically in this channel every single day, some of the steps we can take together to raise our standards. I'll be sharing my own personal results that I'm getting by putting these principles of life into use. So I want you to put them into use. I want to hear your testimonial of what you've gotten by sticking into this habit and making it daily. And you see, the habit of always doing your best is also in your thinking right now. There are two things I want you to watch in this moment as we have this conversation. What are your thoughts? What are your emotions? People don't know that we actually have the capacity to change our thoughts and emotion at any moment. You're asking, is this the best emotion I can feel right now, given the story of whatever is going on? Because it's not that my environment, what I'm going through, is not the determinant of my destiny. I am. And so you take back your power and say, okay, what is my emotional home? What is the best emotions to feel most of the time? You're raising your standard at that moment. Make a commitment. You're making a commitment to do what? Do your best. Is this your best emotion to feel? I mean, you go on Facebook and you're selecting emotions. There's unforgetting angry, there's love, there's joy, there's whatever. Pick the best. Be at your best all the time. Don't argue about the best. So you're training your mind with the small details, small things to always do your best. Go the extra mile. But the way you do small things is the way you do everything. So I want you to notice that and begin to shift with this commitment of always doing your best. Don't pick don't pick like when there's love, if that's your best, okay? Because is love your best at that moment? It's a decision you're making. And there's now what I educate people, I tell people about vibration, that you are a ball of energy, so you're making a decision on emotional level and thought level. That thought you have right now, is it the best possible thought you can have? And this is how we think. Our thoughts are directed by our focus. And remember, you can change your focus anytime. Right now, you can focus on this moment. You can focus on the conversation we are having here about, the habit of doing your best. Or you can focus on someone that did something so bad you cannot even forgive them. It's you to decide, what do I focus on? Some people think that life is forcing you to focus on something. No. And some of us, we are so driven by fear, we always focus on things that bring us pain. And we've trained our mind, we've captured our mind to always look for pain. I tell you, the Bible says, seek and you shall find. Whatever you're looking for, you will find. Whatever your mind is after, you will create in your life. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. So whatever you're focusing on, consistently, you're creating in your destiny. So I want you to know that, and I want you to make the decision right now. Type down there, from this moment on, I'll always do my best. My best is enough. And I'm the judge of my best, not my neighbor, not my coach, not my pastor, not anyone. I am the judge of my best. I always do my best. Now, don't become a judge of your best that you never approve of yourself. I want you to learn to approve yourself and say, it's okay. And give yourself permission to make mistakes, okay? As you do your best, know that the best is not perfect. The best is not perfection. Because perfection is a prison. You don't want to be in any prison. No, life is too short to be in any prison. Do your best, be free, free yourself, never judge yourself, totally accept yourself. In every moment, take your best energy, your best, power, your best awareness, your best, whatever it is that you're doing, man, just do your best. Whatever it is, in your relationship, in your emotions, in your psychology, in your philosophy, in your understanding of life. This life is too short to be lived by guesswork. This is one of the rules of life I want to give you. Always do your best. Always do your best. Enjoy your life. God bless. Goodbye.